After a little bit of trial and error, I think I found the perfect lens pair for the Blackmagic Cinema Camera. I'm talking about C-ray anamorphic lenses, and in particular, the 35 and the 75. These two lenses work really well with the Blackmagic Cinema Camera. Full frame. Here's why I feel like they are such a great duo. The 35mm Saturn anamorphic is horizontally equivalent to a 22mm. The 75mm Saturn is equivalent to a 47mm horizontally. It's a good combo, a 22 and a 47. If we take a look at some of these images, what I've done is I've kept the tripod locked down and just switched out the lens. So you can get an idea of how your establishing shot goes from something really wide to a lot closer. I also thought it would be interesting to test this out in different lighting situations in different times of day. So let's start with nighttime. I like the way that these lights look. This is for a project I'm working on. It's some B-roll. So here's the 35 and here's the 75. You'll often hear cinematographers, videographers say that high noon is not the time that you want to go outside and shoot. Let's take it outside at noon and take a look at how this thing looks and what we can do with this image. So this is about 12:30 in the afternoon. I had my daughter at the playground and I thought, let me bring the camera. There's this great creek or lake. Test out the two lenses here. So here's the 35, here's the 75. This is right before dusk. And here's the 35 closed all the way down at T16. This is at T11, T8, at T5.6, T4, T2.9. They do complement each other really well in image quality and color quality. The great thing about this pair of lenses is that on the 35, you're getting an establishing shot. And without having to move your tripod, in many instances, you throw on the 75, it's a little bit more of an intimate close-up type shot. Now, one thing to consider, anything within 3 feet of you will not be in focus, which is what I like about the 75, because it's going to remove more of the foreground and give you more of a close-up type look on that image. There is a fix to getting closer with these lenses, which is using a magnification diopter. It's going to magnify what's within the first 3 feet of the camera, and everything else is going to be out of focus. The gears line up so that if you're using a follow focus, it'll match when you swap out the lens. They're also nice and compact so that if I'm on a gimbal, there's not a lot of weight to it. It's not a super long lens like my 24 or my 35 Rokinon is. I've done other videos on these lenses before, and I've heard from people that think they're lousy. I heard from people that think they're great. I think it really depends on your expectations for these lenses. I am usually in a situation where I'm lighting a set, or if I'm outside or bouncing and blocking light. Here's some footage from one of my more recent projects that I'm working on. I'll put a link to my other YouTube channel in the description where you'll be able to watch that. Obviously in this video, this was all natural light. So, well, if nighttime, it was the light coming from the steps, and the rest of it was sunlight. So if you're using any of these lenses from Saturn, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on them? Are you using the 35 or the 75? Are you using them together? Are you using the 50mm Sirui Saturn? I would absolutely love to hear from you what your thoughts are on it. I can't wait to add that lens to this kit and see how the three of them work together in unison, because it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave me a comment. I do read them and I do respond. Peace, everybody.